This is the story of a man who sets out to find his identity because he doesn't even remember his own name. All he knows is that the world's most dangerous agency, the CIA, is after him and wants him dead at any cost. At the beginning of the story, Bourne is just about to escape after stealing something from an American embassy when his eyes fall on a guard. In that very second, he senses danger, but by then, it's already too late. As soon as Bourne raises his hand, his fight mode switches on automatically. He grabs the stolen pistol, forces two approaching guards to retreat, and sprints straight out through the hall. While running, he throws the pistol into a trash can. On the way, he knocks down a security guard and picks up his walkie-talkie so he can track every movement of his enemies. Meanwhile, in the weapons room, soldiers are being handed their guns. Bourne tears an emergency exit map off the wall and instantly memorizes every route and every door. As soon as he hears soldiers moving toward the upper floors through the walkie-talkie, Bourne rushes up the stairs and reaches the 5th floor. He breaks open the fire exit door and kicks open an iron gate. Below is a fire escape ladder, but it has already been removed. With no other choice, Bourne decides to climb toward the roof. He steps onto a rotten railing, and just as expected, an accident happens. In his bag are crucial clues that can lead him to the truth, and he must recover them at any cost. By now, the guards reach the 5th floor. Bourne climbs onto what's left of a broken ladder and tries to reach a window. Below, just then, the guards arrive at the emergency exit. The situation becomes extremely critical, but at that very moment, Bourne finds support. He presses himself against the wall and escapes the guard's sight. Slowly, he moves sideways along the wall. Climbing is basic training for an agent. He wedges his fingers into cracks in the wall and descends window by window. He wants to know the truth, to understand who he really is and what his real name is. During this time, he meets the same woman who was earlier arguing with a visa officer. From her behavior and experience, Bourne immediately realizes that she is short on money and wants to get out of here somehow. He offers her a deal, $1 million, to take him to Paris. At first, the woman suspects it might be a scam, but Bourne silently places $1 million in front of her. He promises to pay another $1 million once they reach Paris. Suddenly, a police car passes by, and Bourne instinctively hides. After thinking for a while with an all-or-nothing mindset, the woman decides to take the risk. She looks at the simple, straightforward man standing in front of her, unaware that her life is about to become a constant run of hiding and escaping. At the same time, back at the CIA office, Old Conklin receives news that Bourne has resurfaced. He immediately activates his people and pulls up surveillance footage. Connecting it with last night's police shooting in the park, Conklin realizes that Bourne is now completely out of control. Wasting a second, he gives a direct order. Within just 1 minute, 3 killers are assigned their mission. The first is Bass, who appears to be a music professor. The second is Heck from Hamburg, Germany. The third is a blonde-haired assassin from Italy. In normal life, all 3 look like ordinary people, but the moment they receive the order, they activate instantly and turn into cold killing machines. Meanwhile, on the road to Paris, the woman keeps talking to reduce the silence and tension. Inside the car, Bourne, however, doesn't say a single word the entire way. Finally, she asks why he's so quiet. Bourne explains that he hasn't slept properly for many days and suffers from severe headaches. To lighten the mood, she turns on the radio, but the sound irritates Bourne. He turns it off and starts wondering why he's spending $2,000 just to go to Paris. After a while, he tells her the truth. He remembers nothing. He was found floating in the southern sea of France, where fishermen rescued him. 2 bullet fragments were removed from his back. During this, an old fisherman noticed a raised spot on his body. When it was cut open, an oval-shaped metal object was found inside. The old man examined it with a magnifying glass and pressed the button on it. Instantly, a Swiss bank account number was projected. At that moment, the old man understood that this was no ordinary person. As soon as Bourne regained consciousness, he lunged at the old fisherman like a madman. Terrified, the old man tried to explain everything, but before he could finish, Bourne passed out again. The scene cuts to the CIA headquarters in Virginia, USA, where an officer nervously presents a report. The question arises, what kind of mission was it in which even a top-class agent failed? Meanwhile, on the boat, Bourne makes a bet with the fisherman while catching fish. Even though his memory, he begins to feel restless. Soon, the boat is about to dock. The old fisherman gives him some money and says that meeting people is a matter of fate, and he hopes Bourne recovers soon. Completely unknown to himself, Bourne feels utterly empty. The only clue he has is that Swiss bank account number. The question is, how will he reach the truth? At this point, Bourne suddenly disappears. This is a deliberate move by the director to show that he has the ability to hide within the normal world. By the time he reaches Switzerland, it is night, and he is forced to sleep in a snowy park. 2 police officers arrive. He has no ID, and cannot even remember his own name. When one of the officers tries to intimidate him, Bourne's body reacts automatically. Within seconds, he disarms the police officer to protect himself. Even he doesn't understand how he managed to do it. Immediately takes off his jacket and escapes. Meanwhile, at the CIA, several senior officials are watching an interview recording together. In the video, an African warlord openly threatens America, saying he will teach them a lesson. In reality, he is a former Nigerian leader who was removed from power and exiled. Now hiding in France, he demands that America reinstate him, or else he will expose the names of CIA agents working across Africa. In the interview, he also claims he recently survived a deadly attack and directly blames the CIA for it. Although the director reassures everyone that their agents aren't that incompetent, Old White senses something is wrong. As soon as the meeting ends, he goes straight to the cafeteria and asks Conklin whether something went seriously wrong in the operation. Conklin reluctantly admits that the mission to kill the warlord failed and that contact with the team has been lost. Hearing this, White realizes that a bloodbath is about to begin. Elsewhere, after wandering for a long time, a nervous Bourne enters a bank and asks to open a safe deposit box. The woman at the counter looks him up and down and coldly asks him to write down the account number. The moment Bourne writes it, her attitude changes completely. He is immediately taken via a special elevator to a VIP room. The manager eyes him suspiciously and asks for verification. Within moments, the machine confirms his identity. Shortly after, the manager brings in a heavy iron box, places it in the room, and leaves. Bourne impatiently opens it. On top is an American passport with his photograph. Now he learns his name, Jason Bourne, and that his address is Paris, France. But this moment of relief doesn't last long. As he opens the lower layer, he is completely stunned. Inside the box are different currencies from multiple countries, a pistol, and 6 different passports. Each passport carries his photograph, but each one has a different name. Now the question arises, which one is real? Without thinking too much, he packs everything into his bag, leaving the gun behind. As soon as he exits the bank, someone's eyes lock onto him. Outside, he calls a mysterious number and then dials Paris to check whether a phone number is registered under the name Jason Bourne. Just as the call is about to connect, he notices a female police officer staring at him. Bourne tries to leave immediately, but it's already too late. He has been spotted. Sirens start blaring, and police vehicles move toward him. Sensing the danger, Bourne pulls out a passport and walks straight into the embassy. 2 pursuing officers are stopped at the entrance. Standing in line, Bourne notices the same woman arguing with a visa officer, clearly being treated unfairly. This is where Bourne first talks to her about taking him to Paris. At this point, he's operating purely on instinct. After hearing Bourne's story, the woman doesn't say much. On the other side, Conklin orders his team to check surveillance footage around the embassy. Just as he suspected, the cameras capture the same woman. Her name is Marie. She is 26 years old, born in Hanover. Her parents are deceased, and she has a stepbrother. The problem is that Marie never stays in one place. She lives a drifting life. Conklin immediately orders a full investigation of everywhere. Marie has lived over the past 6 years and has her photo distributed to field agents. At the France operations branch, technical staff quickly create a global wanted poster using Bourne and Marie's images. To prove his honesty, Bourne shows Marie all 6 passports and asks what kind of man would have so many passports. Stacks of cash, a gun, and a bank account number hidden inside his body. After eating, they resume their journey. Bourne falls asleep in the car. The next morning, Marie wakes him up and brings breakfast her way of thanking him for the $2,000. Soon, they arrive at Bourne's address. Yet he feels no connection to the place. Keeping his promise, Bourne gives Marie more money and thanks her. Seeing how trustworthy he is, Marie doesn't want to leave him. They ring the apartment bell, and soon the building's caretaker rushes over and warmly lets them in. There is no doubt now Bourne lived here. The apartment is simple but neatly arranged with everything needed for daily life. Bourne carefully examines every corner, hoping his memories might return. On a shelf, he finds books related to shipping and navigation, making him think he may have worked in maritime transport. Feeling safe, Marie relaxes as well. With Bourne's permission, she goes to take a shower. Meanwhile, Bourne is eager to uncover the truth. Using the phone on the table, he dials a recently called number. It belongs to Hotel Queen in Paris. He asks whether a guest named Jason Bourne stayed there, but the answer is no. He realizes he must have checked in under a different name. He empties his bag, picks one passport, and makes another call. The response shakes him. The person on the other end says that the man named Kane died in a car accident 2 weeks ago. His belongings were taken by his brother. Now, Bourne understands. The situation is far more complicated than it seemed. A strange unease rises within him. Trained agent's instinct warns him danger is close. He immediately hangs up. To mask sound, he turns on the kitchen tap and grabs a sharp knife. He checks each room one by one. Just then, Marie comes out. The atmosphere shifts, first awkward, then slightly intimate. Suddenly, Bourne looks toward the balcony and senses a cold, deadly presence. He moves forward and in a split second knocks a submachine gun out of the attacker's hands. Both crash to the ground and fight brutally. No flashy moves, no slow motion, just raw, deadly combat. Every strike lands hard. When the killer starts losing, he pulls out a knife. Bourne dodges with boxing footwork and counterattacks, every movement controlled. Anything around him can become a weapon. His eyes fall on a pencil on the table. The killer launches a final attack. But Bourne stops him and demands to know who sent him. The killer remains silent. Meanwhile, Marie finds 2 papers in the bag, both with Bourne's photos. Terrified, she starts asking questions. Bourne pulls her back, knowing every professional killer has a final move. Sure enough, the killer rises again. Moments later, everything goes quiet. A scream is heard outside, and Bourne realizes the killer has taken his own life. Their location is now exposed. Bourne quickly packs up. The place is no longer safe. Marie is in shock. Bourne supports her as they head downstairs only to find the caretaker has been murdered. Marie starts vomiting. Bourne doesn't stop. He knows someone in the crowd could be watching them. Soon, Nikki receives information from her informant and calls headquarters. Conklin orders that the situation be kept under control. Nikki is only a support agent, not a top field operative. But she is told to monitor every move of the French police. Bourne and Marie reach a station. Bourne tells her to stay in the car. While he's gone, Marie considers running away. She looks at the keys and counts the money. When Bourne returns, he immediately realizes she's gonna butt. Then Marie comes back with the bag. Too shaken to even look at him, Bourne tells her to go to the police, show her passport, and tell the truth. They will believe her. But Marie trusts no one. Right now, she feels safe only with Bourne. Bourne warns her that if she stays with him, the danger will never end. Just then, a police officer approaches with a walkie-talkie. Instead of running, Bourne asks Marie if the car was serviced recently and starts planning an escape route on the map. More police cars arrive. Marie panics. Then begins one of the most dangerous car chases through the heart of the city. Bourne spins the car sharply, tires screeching, and floors the accelerator. He cuts through streets as if he knows every road by heart. Seeing a traffic jam ahead, he drives straight onto the sidewalk. More police cars join the chase. Surrounded, he turns sharply into a narrow alley. The small car now shows its advantage. He drives against traffic effortlessly, shaking off several police vehicles. Still pursued, he mounts the sidewalk again and finally drives into an underground parking garage. There, where Bourne tells Marie the car is finished. He wipes all fingerprints clean. Elsewhere, the warlord goes to the morgue and insists on seeing Kane's body. Seeing the back, he realizes this is not the real killer. The real one was shot twice. He understands this is another CIA trick. Paris branch immediately informs Conklin that the body was fake. Hearing this, Conklin's killing instinct reignites. This time, the mission goes to the professor, a long-range sniper, in a hotel room. Bourne washes Marie's hair and cuts it short to change her appearance. In the small bathroom, they grow unintentionally close the mood, becoming emotional and slightly romantic. When Marie wakes up, Bourne is fully prepared, having wiped all fingerprints. He tells her they must